Hey, Jem. Welcome to
Oh,
W Podcast. All right, switching it up, right? Thanks for coming on board.
thank you for having me.
Do you want to, give the audience your introduction? We'd love to know more about you.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so my name is Jem. I am a all-around artist. Art comes in many different forms. It's just a way to express and connect. So my forms of expression is painting. That's my top form of expression. So I'm a painter. I also do poetry. I love to dance. I love to sing. I love to cook. I love to do everything that is expression. Dressing, fashion, all that. So I use my voice, I use my talents to connect with the world. And I'm looking forward to the interview because as we get a little bit deeper, you'll get to know me a little bit more as to what I stand for, how I use my perspective in life through my paintings, and how I connect with others.
Yeah. Hey, can you talk about your art? Like, where did it come from? The inspiration, what it is. Just, give us the lowdown.
Okay, so a little story of my me and my art. Um, I started painting in middle school. I took it as a school elective, and I really was just so connected to it. I wasn't, the best. I needed to learn, and through my art teacher, I learned to shade. I learned different types of form of art, and I ended up really enjoying it. So I took it out through high school, and I started making my own paintings in my home. And now that I do the math, it's been like 10 plus years of doing art, and I'm still experimenting with my style. I know there's many different forms of art out there, so I like to dibble and dabble in different types of style. So I'm not like conform to a box or conform to a type of style,
Mm.
and it gives myself the opportunity to like get uncomfortable through my art and learn imperfection that it's okay. I used to be so perfect as an artist, try to be so perfect as an artist, and like life is not perfect. So all my art pieces are, about life, and art is connected to my life.
Mm. Wait, so you're talking about multiple distinct styles, right? So, I mean, are when you talk about that, are you meaning different types of uh like materials or textures or styles,
Yeah.
or are we talking about more metaphysical in terms of the art, in terms of your inspirations? Like, what's that all about?
So as far as styles, there's many different styles. The styles that I like to tap into are impressionism,
Mm.
abstract, and texture. So I can, if you don't mind, I'll give you some examples of my physical art
Yeah,
here.
love to.
And surrealism, one of my favorites. I'll also explain what each style has different about it and how you can express yourself in that style. So I'll be right back 1 second.
Sure. One eternity later.
Here I am.
Back.
Alrighty, so this is one of my paintings that I did.
Hmm.
It's one of my favorites. It's a surrealist painting.
Wow.
Surrealism is basically where you mix real life
Mm,
with fantasy, dreamlike style. So
yeah.
obviously, there's real life features like a train, a hand, eyes, but it's surreal in an aspect of where they're located in the painting, the background. So it's like a dream life paint type of form of
Yeah.
painting.
Yeah, that's
And
beautiful.
thank you so much. Yeah,
Trippy.
these usually surrealism
Trippy.
is sorry. Go ahead, go ahead.
It's so trippy, is what it
It
is.
is a little trippy.
A little bit. No, if I was dropping something, oh yeah, the mushrooms, if I was dropping a mushroom, oh my God, I would I'd be at your painting for a good hour, just
Yeah. Yeah.
warped into
This corner, that corner, looking over there, looking over here.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's surrealism. It's used really to like explain like feelings that aren't really factual. So it's surrealist. It's not wrong, it's not right.
Yeah.
Subject.
And how about the other ones? Maybe like just pretend I'm an art school kindergartner, and like you can
Okay.
Yeah, just
All right, Mr. Kindergartner. This is
give me
called
the cliff notes. What is this?
abstract art. Abstract
Abstract.
art. Abstract art is using different patterns, um, shapes, colors. It's nothing really concrete. It's more so this free movement. Anything that's art abstract, there's no like set definition as to what you're looking at. Everybody sees it differently. You
Yeah.
can look at it like this.
Mm,
You can look at it like this. I like to look at it like this. And then we were also talking about texture. So there's definitely texture in here.
yeah.
With the paint blobs, you
Yeah.
can literally feel that. You can see it, the glitter and everything.
Yeah, very 3D-esque, huh?
Yeah. So
That's cool.
this has a lot of duality in this painting. All my paintings have duality.
Mm-hmm.
My art is duality. I
Mm,
see life in that.
mm,
And the way that this is dual is it has natural patterns like tiger stripes,
whatever you want it to be.
stripes,
That's the three S's.
stripes.
Three
There
S's.
you go.
Yeah.
Strip, strap,
Strip, strap,
stripes.
stripes.
So it has the natural prints like cheetah print and stuff, and then it has the man-made prints like lines, squares. So you have the natural with the man-made. So that itself is duality. And same thing with the colors, complementary colors. You got that burnt sienna orange color, and you have that teal. So they're opposite on the color wheel, complementary colors,
Yeah.
duality.
Mm. What is so you keep saying duality. What's duality?
Oh
What
man,
to you, what is
duality.
that? Yeah.
Duality is something that we are all faced with in this human experience, no matter your race, your age, where you're from, what you believe, how you express yourself. We're all faced with duality. Duality basically is nothing is by itself. Everything has a pair that is either an opposite or a complementary pair.
Mm.
So people like to put labels on things, good and bad, sun and moon,
Yin and yang.
yin and yang. Right, exactly. So these are my tattoos right here.
Speaking of
And
yin and yang.
speaking of,
Uh-huh.
this is also my logo. It's an eye with a yin yang in
Nice.
it.
Ah, nice. Nice.
Right. They're
Mm, mm,
So that's what duality is. We have to learn how to live with it because it will come in life, and the more that we accept it, easier life can be, or the more anticipated it can be, and you can be ready to face things and alchemize what you're being presented with,
mm.
and turn it into something that works for you, right? So
Yeah.
all my paintings have some sign or form of duality in them. Like I said, my paintings are me and my life, so I love to express myself in that way, and have a mix of everything in all my paintings.
Mm. So it seems like obviously you have a very strong personal touch with every piece of art that you create. Uh, I'm curious, is there any one piece of art there near you that's the most personal, and can you explain why?
So I have two. There's one that is my favorite,
Mm-hmm.
and there's one that is super personal to me as far as what motivated me to create that painting and how I connected to that painting is very personal.
Mm-hmm.
Which one would you like to know about first?
Both. We have time.
Okay, so this is my favorite.
Huh.
This is a brick wall that
Mm,
I made
mm,
brick by brick.
mm.
I glued each brick individually together. I hand painted each brick different shades and tones of browns and reds and warm colors. I
Wow.
built this brick by brick. Then, once the wall was built, I put my graffiti on top.
Mm-hmm.
So fun fact, I used to do graffiti back in my day, and Jam came around as my graffiti street name.
Mm,
Then once I started taking my art seriously, I was like, you know what, Gem is my artist name, but I can't keep putting graffiti out here on these walls with my name. I can't. So I was like, you know what? F it. I'm gonna make my own wall and I'm gonna put my graffiti on it. So this is literally built. brick by brick. I made all of it together, glued all of it together, and I just think it's so fire.
Yeah.
I know it's so fire. I don't think, I know.
And it's so like it's the way it's textured. I mean, obviously I can't feel it.
Yeah.
It looks like it's been smoothened down, right?
No, actually, like if you can, you won't be able to feel it, but if you
Yeah.
can, you would feel the grooves into all of this. And what actually made it my favorite painting was because it was actually really hard. To get this paint was through graffiti markers, to
Yeah.
feed it into the texture. This is like a little deep hole. So to feed it into like each texture of the brick was really hard. I really had to be patient and just, there's actually a video on my YouTube. You guys can check it out where
Hmm.
I'm building this wall with you guys. It's probably like 5 minutes. I compressed it short. And you can see the process, and it's a really cool process. It's dope. And I'm very impressed and proud of myself. Like there's some indentation here through the bricks right
Mm.
here. There's a little indented brick. So because they're all like different sizes and stuff. They're not perfectly, the same. So
Yeah.
that's dope.
It's cool that they're so mini too. Like miniature, it's just so small.
They're like about an inch long and like half an inch wide. They're like,
Mm.
it was super cool.
Wait, so you were a graffiti street artist?
Yes, I
Talk
was.
about that. That sounds sick.
Yeah.
And like don't leave out any details in terms of, you getting arrested or running away from the cops or
I have funny
don't all that
stories.
damn. Yeah,
Oh
yeah, yeah.
my gosh.
Let's hear
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so I started mostly doing tags instead of fills. Most graffiti is known as fills, which is like the bubbly letters with the shading in the inside with the different colors, and maybe the fills like um, a word like, let's say a word gem. It's
Mm,
not easily just GEM. It'll be like in a weird, cool way. The letters are flowing, and then inside they're colored. Those are fills. I started off with tags, which is more of like a signature type of like writing.
mm,
It was the easiest, yes, but that is how I got into the graffiti. And then being around in the culture, I started seeing fills, and it was a form of adrenaline, really, that I loved, and I was able to let go with my art. I wasn't looking for perfect art how I was on my canvases. I'll go out on the street and I'm like, bah, So that was cool. I would say it was a little crazy because I did run from cops. Um, you know,
In the
while
daytime or the
secure.
nighttime?
It was nighttime.
Okay,
This is a night shift thing. This is a
uh,
night shift thing.
I mean, did you specifically bomb certain things? Like, was it billboards or was it what did you specifically bomb?
So the bigger that you are as an artist, the more crazy these locations are.
Right?
Was just starting out. So I was doing walls, abandoned buildings, even owned buildings sometimes, with a camera looking right in my face, but like I'm covered up. And I'm like,
Yeah.
but I would say the
But,
craziest thing that I did was I climbed a building and I wrote on their little street billboard sign. It wasn't like a billboard off the expressway, like how you see. It was
mhm.
like the little like street billboard. And I had to climb, like it was like two, 3 stories. That was really cool. And I was like on the edge and I was like almost falling off type. But yeah, not anymore.
Man, man, that's a Mission Impossible type.
So fun. So fun.
Yeah, man. Wait. So you want to recount that like that really crazy incident where you were running from the cops? What happened
Oh
there?
yeah. We can talk about that. So I was with my really close friend of mine. We used to bomb at night all the time together.
Mhm.
We were in the Fort Lauderdale. Usually Fort Lauderdale, they're a little bit more strict with their graffiti. Your graffiti won't last on a wall for more than like 2 days. They're really quick to cover things up, whereas Miami, it's like um, more common. We
Mm.
were in Fort Lauderdale and we were bombing a city park.
City Park will remain unnamed.
And it had like this outside like little auditorium stage thing, and we were like bombing the side wall of like the stage in the back. And we see like this, it wasn't a cop, it was the city park security, and he was in his golf cart with his little lights and his woo. And we saw it coming around the corner. We're like, yo, stop. So we stopped. We had a bag. We put the cans in the bag and we just start running. And while we're running, the cans are making the loudest noise in the back.
Clink, 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 clink.
And me, I'm a goofball, man.
Yeah.
I was just dying laughing and running at the same time. It was like a mix of both. We had to cut through an alley to lose the golf cart. And when we cut through the alley, we hid behind a dumpster. We're there, we're hiding behind the dumpster, we're breathing, we're laughing. This is low-key a super fun experience. We're laughing, we're like, what the heck? That's crazy. As we're there behind the dumpster, people come to pick up the dumpster. So we're in the back
Wow.
and the dumpster is like shaking and making noise, and we're like, oh my God, this is so scary. We're gonna die.
Wow.
But we're laughing.
Thank God you weren't in the dumpster, right? Imagine that.
Oh no, I would never.
Clink, clink, clink. Like even more clink, 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 clink.
Right? Me and my cans are d- trash now.
My God. Oh my
That
God.
was it was a funny experience. We lost the security guy and we had a lot of good laughs. I'd do it again.
Nice. Of course you would. I mean, the security guard, you were running from Paul Blart Mall Cop is what you were. He had no gun. Nothing.
Right. I mean, you're right. You're right. It
Yeah.
wasn't a cop, you know. I've had cops come but not really like chase me. They'll just be like whoop whoop, like,
Mm,
you better not be here when I come back around in like 2 minutes type thing. Like warnings.
mm,
Um,
mm.
but as far as like running from something, it was that guy, and it was just super funny.
Yeah. You know what I noticed walking around Miami, the design district, this and that? I noticed it was very graffiti friendly.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
do you want to talk a little bit about, that and the history of, I guess, street graffiti in Miami? I mean, and just art in general, right? I'm just curious. Like, has it like kind of coalesced where now street
Yes.
graffiti is art in Miami? And, like, I'm just curious, like your viewpoints on all that. So,
Okay, so my viewpoints are going to be a little bit different. The graffiti community is very family oriented,
mm,
and passionate and strict with their art. I'm not a graffiti artist. I cannot speak for graffiti artists, but graffiti art from the beginning of history has always been illegal. That's what it's been about. Getting your fill in really quick and running and trying different fills and putting your tag out in the city. Now that it's a little bit more acceptable in Wynwood is due to gentrification. Wynwood in the last few years has not been what it was years ago.
yeah,
Years ago. It
yeah.
was not the area you wanted to be in. It did not look nice. It had real life graffiti
Mm,
and real hood life in there.
mm.
Now they're paying artists to take their time with these more murals
Murals, yeah, exactly.
to do these graffitis that they're getting paid for
Mhm.
to live, like bring up the quality in life in that area. So yeah, you're just like, oh yeah, it is art, it's street art, but it's not really what street art is and what it used to be. And
Yeah.
it's coming together in a way to make money and bring the culture together.
Mm,
So that's what that is. It's a nice balance depending on who you talk to. Some like it, some don't, but it is gentrification.
mm. Got it.
But it's really nice. You go on Wynwood, and there's a lot of art community. There is a lot of art being put up, put down. You have opportunity. Um, when you go 1 month, it might not be the same the next month. You'll see different things.
Mm,
But it's not street. It's street art. It's not graffiti.
mm.
It's street art, not graffiti.
Street art, not graffiti.
Yep.
I mean, are you or other people, the majority anyways, against gentrification in Miami, or is it just a part of the evolution, really?
So
I'm
I
curious.
don't. I'm not really into politics, but I do know that I see life as duality. Gentrification is part of our reality right now. It is what it is.
Mhm.
Now, what are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
Right? Are you going to be that voice in your community that keeps the culture there so that it doesn't get completely washed out? I'm not against, I'm not for. I know that it is part of the reality that we're living in now, and we are living the human experience where things sometimes are selfish or money motivated, but it's constant change. We're constantly changing as human beings. We're constantly going through change in our life, and gentrification is a part of change. Now, is that change going up or down? That's per person, per perspective.
Mhm.
Um, and for me, like I accept gentrification for what it is. Sometimes they make, a positive thing out of gentrification. They bring more people together.
Mhm.
They, you know, have a healthier, happier community. And whereas some feel like they're completely being washed out and not having their voice anymore. So it really depends where and what and who you talk to about it.
Mhm.
But it is duality, very much so. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. What's how did you get your name, Jem? I mean, obviously you were talking about that was your graffiti name, but
Yeah, that's how it started.
yeah.
Okay. So before I started graffiti, I was writing my real name. Well, my real name is Maciel. Hello,
Yeah.
everybody. My name is Maciel. My real name is
Halfway
Maciel.
through the show.
Right? My real name is Maciel. My nickname is Masi. I was tagging Masi out on the streets, and I was like, I cannot do this. I need a street name. I need an artist name. I need like an alter ego. I'm
Yeah.
thinking, I'm thinking, I'm thinking. I came out with Gem because I'm a Gemini.
Mm.
And this was after I got my tattoos, and I'm like, like I see life in such a dualistic way. Like I'm spiritual. I understand different perspectives, and I know zodiac signs are a perspective that people go about. I'm not too familiar with them, but I do know that I'm a Gemini, and I fully resonate with that. Okay, so I'm like, you know what? Let's call me Gem because I am a hardcore Gemini, strong, strong, and I'm also made through pressure. I've been through a lot in my life, but it's gotten me to where I am today. I'm so thankful. I do everything over again, even if it wasn't easy.
Okay.
Everything truly is everything. But I got gem from being made from pressure, being a Gemini, being a literal gem, a quality piece made from pressure, So that's me.
Well, represent. Yeah. So, I
Yeah.
mean, you're talking about your hardships, obviously in
Mhm.
just the general sense. Let's go deeper
Yeah.
into that. How did any one of your hardships affect your art? How did it inspire and elevate your art? I'm curious.
Yeah. One of my main hardships was going through one of the biggest school shootings in the United States. It was the Parkland school shooting in 2018 on Valentine's Day. Um, that is what really pushed my perspective into the perspective that I have now and the energy that I have now, which is live and love loud as, I'm gonna curse, loud as fuck.
Mm,
Live and love loud, and that made me even more more like thankful, more fire, more creative energy, so like living unapologetically, like being me, like not taking this life for granted, like getting the second shot in life. So that made me into expressing more, and then as I started expressing my individual moments in life. So this, we were talking about what's my most personal painting. It's this one right here.
wow.
Okay. This one, it's the knife of love.
Mm,
Okay. With that knife of love, we either give it or we receive it. Tables are always changing. What may happen one moment or 1 year ago may not happen 2 years ago. Everything's different. We either give or receive this. This is a self-portrait of me. My nose is a little thin. Okay, okay, I get it.
I see the
But it is
resemblance.
me. Yeah, it's me, the knife of love, and that's my hand. dripping the blood of those I hurt. It's a dark piece, but it's real because the painting is called Taste of Your Own Medicine. So tables are always turning. The duality of life is always there. Excuse me.
I see it.
And so, thank you. And so, life is always changing, and this is my life experience. Tasting the blood of those I've hurt.
I see
Excuse
it.
me.
Yeah. You need a cough, you need a cough drop and cough
Yeah.
drop.
Wait. 1 second. 1 second.
2 eternities later.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, I'm sorry that was in the middle of the
Okay, it's okay.
training.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Do you want to continue on with your explanation of the painting, or?
Yeah. So tables are always turning. What you get, maybe what you give in the next time. So always be aware of the energy that you're putting out there. Move with intention. This painting was brought to me because of the life experience that I went through. I usually, unfortunately, I've hurt others in my past, and um, you know, as far as like romantic relationships. Whereas to in this moment in my life, in this painting, I got my heart broken, which is not something that I normally experience. So now I'm like tasting the my own medicine, tasting the blood of those I hurt. So this is duality. This is life. This is the knife of love. It's a beautiful thing. It's a double-edged sword, though.
Yeah.
You have to know how to fight with it, when to fight, and to fight with love. Not fight with ego. So my paintings get deep, man.
But say
Um,
that. I was about to say you are deep.
yeah,
You're a deep reservoir of emotions.
yeah, man. I mean,
Oh,
we
deep.
all have the experiences to apply. It's just how hard-headed are we?
Yeah.
How open are we to change and grow?
Yeah.
How stuck in our ways are we?
Yeah.
We all have the experience that we need to level up. Are we using those experiences, or we're letting them diminish us and get us in this funk?
Yep.
And that's alchemy.
Mm,
Alchemy is whatever's presented to you is at a neutral state. It's not positive or negative. What you do with it is
mm,
what changes that. So
mm,
I went through a school shooting. That shit was terrible. People look at me, they're like, how did you go through that and you have such a beautiful mindset and loving, open heart? I'm like,
mm,
because I alchemized the energy. I went through what I went through, and now I'm using it for me. What did I learn? What can I use from it? How can it benefit me?
mm.
Everything works in our favor if we allow it to.
What was that like? That I mean, that's most obviously I don't want to open up a like a
No?
weird Pandora's box of emotions for you, but I mean, most people, you know, pray to God that
Yeah.
like that would never ever happen to them, but it happened to you. Like
Yeah.
what was that like? That's insane.
So, in the moment, it was a lot of adrenaline, no second guessing. Whatever like natural instincts you have, you are going to be on that survival mode. But I'm truly thankful for that because I was able to see myself in that survival mode. And being in that situation, I know that I'm forever straight and protected
Hmm.
because I felt the energy that I had in that moment, that I'm going to do whatever I need to do to make sure I'm cool. And I also felt the presence of, I'm going to say, my Lord.
Hmm.
It can be God is different for everybody. God is bigger than just one perspective that people have. God is very accessible in different ways. So I felt that presence, and I know that like whatever I'm going to go through or whatever I will go through, I'm okay. And if I'm not okay, then that's meant for me. And
Hmm.
I'm going to take that not okay and learn from it and grow from it and move from it so that it works for my benefit in the future.
Yeah.
So it's like I would say my spiritual awakening happened like a year or two after that. I had to heal through my pain first of what happened.
Yeah.
Um, and I went through a defensive mindset, a little bit in life, and was kind of like egotistical and like a defensive mind, like no, 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 like egotistical is a defense mechanism. What we need the ego to survive. That's a whole other story.
Hmm.
But I was using a lot of my ego right after that, then I had to, humble myself, and then that's when my spiritual awakening started. Um, but I'm truly thankful for that experience. Unfortunately, people did lose their life, and it was a tragic experience. Um, but everything is everything, and I'm here today, and I'm going to use my voice. I'm going to use my heart. I'm going to live this life that I was given for a second time, you know? So I do it again, honestly. I do my whole life all over again. And that's just one experience. But, if you understand that everything is everything and duality will come, these moments will come, then you're able to headstrong and push through with faith, you know?
I'm proud of you. You're a true survivor. Yeah.
Thank you.
My
Yeah.
God. So where do you see your art evolving in the next 3 to 5 years, say?
Okay. So I've been in, I'm 24 years old,
Yeah.
trying to figure out what my life is going to look like, as far as discipline and getting what I want, getting what I deserve. So moving, making moves. And I'm like, art is amazing. I love to express myself, but this is not something that I can live and make a living off of unless I take it super seriously, which then I know for me and my artistic process that will kill my inspiration when I'm just doing it for money, or when I'm just doing it because I have to and have to go get it. So my art is going to stay to myself forever. And I'm going to take my artistic abilities into interior design, and keep my visual painting art for myself, but make my art work for me as far as interior design. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm also just going to stay artistically open, honestly. I'm so open to wherever my art's going to take me. I may be a muralist in 2 years. I may be a singer in 3 years. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I do everything, and I'm open to everything. I just don't want to do art because I have to.
Exactly.
That's going to change. It's going to change the whole thing for me.
It's gonna
You know?
turn into a job, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. And that's like, it's been a little bit hard because I'm 24. I'm like, okay, Maciel, what am I gonna do? Like, well, for real, like, I'm an adult now. I have things, it's life. And I'm like, I'm gonna keep art for myself, because once I give it in that way, it's not gonna be enjoyable for me anymore. But I
God,
am open to where my art is going to take me. I don't have any boundaries. I paint on shoes,
nice,
I
nice.
paint on clothes.
You should sell.
So,
You should sell your shoes by the seashore.
right? Sell my shoes by the seashore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, everything I do is sellable, but I'm painting it for me. If somebody wants to buy it, they're more than welcome to, and that's how I've sold my paintings in the past. Commissions, if it's something I really resonate with, then I'll do it. But other than that, if you enjoy my art, you can feel free to get a print, or not you, but anybody watching this, to get a print. Or I also do poetry as well, so I have printouts of my poetry. Um, I express myself in so many ways. I do lives, I go out in public, and, I host events and stuff. So I will be around, not just with a paintbrush in my hand. And to me, that is my life. Art is all around. I'm an artist. I'm an expressionist. I'm not a painter.
Yeah. No, well, I'm very happy that we got to do this podcast together, Jem. So we're running out of time,
Yeah.
but it was amazing having you on board, and you're just so inspiring. I mean, I listened to your story, your vantage point on art, and yeah, that makes me want to be a that makes me want to level up my game even more so. So
You
thank you.
can.
Of course. No, so thank
We
you.
will.
Yeah, we will. Thank you. No, thank you. That's
Thank you.
super motivating, and um from the heart, that means everything, just listening to you and your just courageous story. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you for noticing me in Wynwood, taking the time to
Random.
speak with me and giving me this opportunity. When you
Yeah.
ask me if this is something I want to do, I'm like, this is something I need to do. I've been wanting to use my voice for a long time. However I
Sure.
can, I will take it.
You
So
should.
thank
You
you.
you have such a powerful voice. I mean, even if after this you start your own podcast or something like that,
Yeah.
man, I think you would be able to delve into so much with other artists. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I accept that and I can see myself, just expanding in ways that I don't know, like
Yeah.
just doing whatever, so using that voice and being that voice.
Yeah. Well, Jem, it's nice chatting with you. We'll see you
Thank
soon.
you so much. You have a great day.